I'm Bishop John Dolan. I'm of the Diocese of Phoenix and came here 3 years ago from the Diocese of San Diego, where I grew up over the last 60 years. Happy to run a pretty extensive diocese with 44,000 square miles and about 100 parishes and missions and hospitals and Catholic schools and you name it. My father and mom just made sure that we were constantly giving of ourselves, and they led by example. They shared with us, how to give, and they were doing that as they were pouring out their hearts in the parish where we were growing up, and they expected us to march up to the parish and assist as well. We helped with various food programs for the poor, and so a lot of that was instilled in us. And so actually, by the time I was thinking about possibly becoming a priest way back when, they were asking, why do you want to be a priest? And I just simply said, because I want to help people. As soon as I arrived here, I opened up this office for mental health ministry, which kind of focuses on education and advocacy, but also on accompaniment. And just accompanying people and letting them know that they have a place in our world, in our church, in our environment, and they're not forgotten. I don't want to give up on people. I mean, I've lost people through suicide, and I think life is so precious. The last thing you want to do is lose those opportunities to just communicate with the other and to let them know that they have a place at your table at the very least. So for me, I think it's just important that we get beyond ourselves and or to accept our true self, which is that we are social relational. And even with those with whom we disagree, it's really about that dialogue and contact and connecting with people. But it's beyond that. Even our mental health ministry, again, addressing people who may be struggling with levels of mental health. You never know where they're standing at any given point. So we want to make sure that, again, they're loved, they're appreciated. We expect people to have different opinions and different ways of thinking. That's understood. I'm never one to draw a line in the sand and say, I can never talk to you again. To me, I think it takes a lot of work. There's no doubt about it, to keep that door open. It just does. But I think it's worth it in the end. There was a saint, Pope St. John Paul II, who used to say, we need to celebrate our communion even in its imperfection. And I think that's my starting place, that there's always going to be an imperfect relationship that we will have with others, but we need to celebrate whatever we have. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Also love yourself as a command, right, of God. Not just love God and love neighbor, but love yourself. The goal, the essence of living out the golden rule is to live a life of peace. Peace not only for the culture around us, but also peace within our heart. I think if we're not living that out, at the end of the day, when we're about ready to close our eyes to this life, or if we should open our eyes to the life of the higher power, then we probably are going to have that little moment where we say, did I really live a life of peace in my heart? Was I peaceful in my heart and peaceful toward others? I think at the end of the day, that golden rule is gonna be sort of the final exam, but the good news is we have an open book, how to live that life, live that golden rule. If we do, we're gonna be good. At the end of our day, we're gonna say, I think I left this world a little bit with a little more than I received when I first arrived.